Hi, loves. We were just spraying. I'm in my office, which I haven't been in forever. Um, I'll just wait and give it a few seconds to see if anyone pops up. I'm not even popular. It's okay. If you guys are on, say what's up. Hit a thumbs up. I have so much dust on this desk, on my beauty desk, because now turned into a nail desk. Okay, loves. So I promised you guys this video. It's just a daily late dollar short. How y'all doing? Not sure. Live chat. Yes, we're doing the live chat. I think I turned on the live chat. So if you guys are here, hey, what's up? How you doing? Let's see. Ooh, okay. Whatever. I'm in my office right now because my husband is doing lawn work. It's not our house, but whatever. And I'm here to give you guys my 2-week post sleeve gastrectomy revision to gastric bypass update. So, yeah. I have not been doing good with my fluids, so I am going to be drinking a lot in this video. I tried to do my nails today, and they ended up, these are just press-ons, and they, excuse me, and they ended up just cracking. They all cracked. Oh, Texas in the house. How you doing? Hello, y'all. I don't know what happened to my nails, to be honest. Just, we don't know what's going on with these press-ons. These press-ons did me lovely before surgery, and the moment I put these on, they all cracked. But anyway, I'm coming to you guys with my 2-week post-gastric bypass surgery update. And I do have some questions that I wrote down like a true Puerto Rican in the back of an envelope. You know, you write everything, just grab an envelope and write. So I will be answering questions today, and I decided to do it live. If anything pops up, you guys are more than go for it. Ask away. I have been a bariatric patient. If you guys remember my last video, or if you're new here, hello, goodbye. I've been a bariatric patient for over 8 years. I started off with the lap band, and of course I had to do this rigorous program. Of course I had to see the dietitian, do X, Y, and Z, and then after 2 years of having the lap band, I was having a few complications and issues where I wasn't able to hold on food, and I ended up getting the gastric sleeve. That was nerve-wracking for me, and it was probably the worst surgery I've experienced. Out of the 3 that I've had, that's still the worst surgery I've experienced. I had a few complications and a lot of feeling. So, ooh, South Carolina in the house. How y'all doing? So eventually I've had the sleeve for 5 years, and I ended up just having constant complications, which we'll get into, of course, with all the questions. And then I ended up getting the sleeve revised to the gastric bypass. Now, a revision is just that. They cut the stomach again, they reroute the intestines, and they give you the gastric bypass. That's really what they do. And I didn't think it was possible, but it is. My skin, oh my gosh, she is glowing. I have my homemade setting spray that gives me that beautiful glow with the glycerin. So I'm like looking like, oh, you look healthy. You look like you've been drinking 5 of these a day when you barely get 2 in. So yes, I'm now 2 weeks post-op. I feel great. I'm actually down 20 pounds. That'll be another, I can share I did a video on it. It's old. It's literally just glycerin, purified water or filtered water, and toner, and you just kind of figure out your ratios per your skin type. But anyway, I need to do an updated video on my homemade setting spray. So but I like buy all these setting sprays. I'm not even kidding. I buy all these setting sprays. This one's from Trader Joe's. It's fucking amazing. Like, it smells like watermelon, and I can't eat watermelon at this time, so I'm not happy. I have a few bottles, you know, whatever. And then I have this one from Bretman Rock, which is beautiful. So I am a setting spray whore and a primer whore and concealers apparently, and mascara. So whatever, that's something if you didn't know about it. Okay, so anyway, what the fuck was I talking about? Yes, 2 weeks post-op. I feel great. I'm down 20 pounds, exactly 20 pounds from when I started my pre-op diet. So 20 pounds in 3 weeks, I think it's a great loss. And I've lost 10 pounds since I've had surgery. And I saw my doctors yesterday. I was supposed to actually see them today, but not yesterday. Did I see them yesterday? Child, I don't even know what day of the week it is. Ugh. I saw them yesterday. They were able to see me a day earlier, which I was excited about. I saw my dietitian. You're supposed to see your nutritionist after your surgery so they can transition you to the next steps of the liquid diet and all that shit. So let's get to it and we'll talk about diets and all that stuff. So the first question I got was, what's the difference between the sleeve and the gastric bypass? Hey Lynn, thank you guys. There's mostly, well, you pretty much, I'm just going to refer you to Google. But there's the two major differences is the way they cut the stomach and how they dispose of the stomach, the remainder of the stomach. With the sleeve, you pretty much don't get much rerouting. They just cut the elephant. What the fuck? Sorry. They cut the stomach almost into a shape of a banana, so it's a little curved. It is still a small pouch. It's about, I think it holds like up to 4 ounces, 4 ounces, I don't know, of food. And they depending on the surgeon, they use a like kind of like a guide so that they can staple the stomach into the shape they need to. And what they do is, instead of like what the gastric bypass is, they remove that piece of the stomach that they cut. So they cut your stomach. Here's your good stomach, your esophagus, all that stuff, your stomach, shaped probably like up to here, and your intestines or whatever, and they take that stomach out, the remainder of the stomach. With the gastric bypass is more effective for those that have diabetes, cholesterol issues, more comorbidities than one with a sleeve would be recommended. And again, that's up to you and your doctor, the conversations that you have. So that's always going to be my go-to response, is going to be like, Google it and then talk to your surgery group or your surgeon or your doctor, even your primary care doctor, and look at your options. There's many options. A lot of doctors don't do the lap band anymore, so that's kind of like obsolete right now. Not that there isn't lap band patients that are still successful and have done amazing and still have their lap bands and still get them filled and all that. Now with the gastric bypass, they reroute the lower intestines into the little pouch that they cut into your stomach, and then I think the short intestine, I could be wrong. I've done so much research and now I'm like, um, this is just from years. And then they keep that part of the stomach that they cut, because I think that's how it's like a partial surgery. All these happened in mistakes, right? These surgeries came about to help people that were having issues with diabetes, not diabetes, with like digestion and stuff like that, or something like that, and then they figured out that it helps people that are diabetic and all that. So these surgeries all happen on accident. Again, I've done my history on this, but I got 8 years of experience on this, so like all that shit went out the window because I'm just dealing with my own experiences. But anyway, so the major differences are the way that you lose the weight is a little bit slower. Of course, the shape of the stomach and how much you can hold, and also the way you digest your food. With the gastric bypass, you digest a lot faster than you would with the sleeve. Not that you won't digest just almost as fast, but with the gastric bypass, patients seem to digest way more quickly, and that's where the malabsorption comes in. So years ago, patients would have to get like vitamin K shots and they would be very, very malnourished. But with the new years and all that, you kind of just tweak your diet. You make sure you take in your protein and your fluids and all that, and you won't have as many issues. And also there's vitamins that you can take and all that stuff. Thank you, Lynn. I'm trying, girl. I gotta go back to work tomorrow. Like, I'm not that excited. But I'm happy to be talking to you guys because I knew once I get the ball rolling and turn on the phone, because I'm filming on my phone, that I'll be able to just ramble and talk to you guys, because apparently I can do that. So that's the major differences between the sleeve and the gastric bypass, is the way the surgery is done, of course, and the way that you absorb food, the shape of the stomach, the surgery itself, and the way you absorb food. Again, I'm going to guide you guys to your own doctors, your nutritionist. Make sure you find a team that is like top-notch care, this is what they do, this is their specialty, because those people are going to guide you in the right direction and they're going to have resources. These surgeries might not be for everyone. Clearly it's not. And it's definitely not the easy way out, because if that's the case, I wouldn't have had 3 fucking surgeries. I'll be a size fucking 8. Okay? And like not have this extra chin. Okay? That's how it would look. Okay? I also would probably have $1 million if that surgery worked for everyone. So, I mean, this surgery is not the easy way out, and I need people to understand that, because there's so many biases and so many judgmental people. I have tried everything. Once I had my daughter at the young age of 16, I carried weight differently, but I always maintained. And then something happened. I got older and things happened, and I got bigger and unhealthy, and this whole journey has taught me to have a different relationship with food. I don't have one, in a sense. Like, when you think about it, like, do you eat mostly when you're crying and all that? No, my relationship with food is just, I need to eat whatever. And then recently, with the sleep, that's when I started experiencing like different cravings and all that crazy shit. Okay. So another question I was asked was the diet process for this. Now, when you initially go in as a new patient, everybody's experiences is a little bit different. Every team is different. Every doctor is different. They automatically set you up with a nutritionist, because you have to see them per your insurance guidelines. You have to see a nutritionist for X amount of months. So once a month for X amount of months. So say, for instance, you have United Healthcare and they want you to have 6 visits, 6 nutrition visits. You can only see the nutritionist once a month. And so that means in 6 months, your nutritionist should be able to clear you for surgery in that aspect. You'd probably have to see a psychiatrist. If not, everyone will probably have to see a psychiatrist. And you would work with cardiologists. If you have sleep apnea, you'll probably need a sleep study, or if they just want to do the sleep study, they will do one anyway. You will work anywhere from the cardiologist to get clearance from there. So it's like a whole team of people that you will see. And this process is about a 6-month to a 1.5-year process. So the diet process for this is, once you see your nutritionist, she's gonna want you, and I recommend anyone that's doing the process and hasn't seen the nutritionist yet, is to document everything you eat for at least the week prior, from that week prior to when you see the nutritionist. They're gonna wanna know what you eat, and you wanna know what you're putting into your body. And that's why in all my other videos, I've talked about MyFitnessPal. MyFitnessPal is bae. That is my favorite app ever. I've tried a few apps to like document my intake. MyFitnessPal, I'll grab, if I ate a bag of chips, I'll grab it, scan the barcode. That's lotion, I don't eat that. Scan the barcode, it'll pull up the serving size. If I had the serving size, if I half of it, I'll document everything. If I make a dish, like say for instance I made pico de gallo with romaine lettuce, ham, and cheddar, like I made a salad, I would scan these things individually and give myself the portions that I actually ate. And I just love that app because it's exact for me, and I can overestimate, because I'd rather overestimate and know how much I'm intaking. You can also set your goals with those kind of apps. MyFitnessPal, God, I wish I was sponsored. With that, you can set your goals. How many percentage of fats do you want? How many carbs do you want? X amount of protein. And then you could document your water intake as well. So that's really great now. So you want to do that with the nutritionist. And then the nutritionist is going to guide you into things that you're going to want to eat. You're going to want to eat healthy fats, not too many, but it's going to be low fat, extremely low carb, and higher in protein. So you want to have a balance of things, and they teach you that along the way. Some people need more visits, some people need to do more classes and stuff like that, and they might be referred to a nutritionist that specializes in like eating disorders and stuff like that. So it's all depending on what you personally need. And there are people with eating disorders that have been able to get these kind of surgeries, but I could put everything that a lot of work went into that, and the person had to be just mentally ready for such a change. This is a change. Down to how you drink is a change. Down to everything you put in your body. I never had, like I said, a relationship with food. It was more like, okay, I'm home from work, I work 16 hours, didn't think anything of it. Now I'm gonna eat this big ass salad, stuff my face, get it good, and go to bed. Because, you know, apparently I thought I was this young popping little thing that had the metabolism of like a 4-year-old, okay? No, not the case, especially for women, especially once you have children. So I never like really had a set schedule when I ate. I only ate when I remembered. So I can sometimes go almost 30, I think it was 32 hours, 33 hours without eating. If you guys hear stomping, it's my rude fucking neighbors. You hear that? Do y'all hear that? Because I hear that. It's bothering the fuck out of me. But anyway, it's just the stomping ridiculousness that, if you guys watch my snaps, you probably have heard me complain about her. But anyway, so the diet process is custom to you, and it's all generalized to an extent. They will give you food options. They're great at making recipes for you. They are, even if you're willing, they will come up with a game plan for you of what to do daily. Mine's is complicated. Nobody ever wants to deal with mine because sometimes I work 22 hours straight in a day, and you guys know that have been following me for a while because I work 2 full-time jobs, and 7 days a week. So my schedule is absolute shit. So my doctor was already aware of the new obstacles that I was gonna have to face with this new gastric bypass. So we've worked out a plan, and I've worked out my own plan pretty much. So now my diet process before surgery is, once your insurance approves you, you will see your doctor again, your surgeon again. He will check in on you, see how your weight is. Some doctors require you to lose some weight before surgery, and they'll tell you. The main purpose of this is do not gain any weight. They want to know that you're working on it, whether it be that you have to stop smoking, because you usually do for surgery, and you have to maybe just walk around more a day. Even if you don't lose and you maintain, most doctors are willing to work with you. You just cannot gain. So that's just a big thing with them. And then some doctors are like, I need you to lose 20 pounds and then we can talk. And then you meet with me again. Hi guys. Hi Luli. It's burning, I'm sorry. So that's some of the parts of the whole diet process. I hate using the word diet because it's really, you're changing your life around. And it's not to say that you can't have good things eventually. So now my process for this surgery was like any other of my other 2 surgeries. Was my doctor put me on an X amount date pre-op liquid diet. This diet changed a little bit because they added a full meal. So they said I can have like 2 ounces of like a baked breast or fish and a side of cooked or uncooked vegetables. They'll either say a cup or 2 cups. So if it's uncooked, it's 2 cups. If it's cooked, it's a cup. So I was allowed like a meal, and then like a yogurt, and then all my protein shakes. So the diet process goes as follows. My first surgery, I had to do a 14-day pre-op liquid diet where I can have up to 3 protein shakes a day. I can have 1 yogurt or 1 egg. I can have 2 ounces of deli meat or a soft cooked, no fats. You can't cook with fats. You can't use vinaigrettes. You can't eat salad like that. Everything has to be like dry. Excuse me. So that was the process. My dietitian gave me, my nutritionist gave me a list of how much I can have a day. And then they kind of made like a little plan for you, like Monday morning, Tuesday afternoon, evening, you know, snacks, like that. So mostly it was protein shakes. The general consensus of it for me was I stayed under 800 calories for that first time surgery. And I stayed under, I think, 40 grams of carbs, because the proteins do have about 10 grams of carbs, between 5 and 10 grams of carbs. So those were things you have to consider, and I tracked everything. The second time I had my surgery, he put me on a 10-day pre-op liquid diet, which was the same exact thing. Now for this surgery, he put me on a 1-week pre-op liquid diet, which consists of the same things, except he was allowing like 1 full meal with no starches and no fats. You know, so you kind of get to work up, like I can have the yogurt, and then I can also have the 2 ounces of meat. Like my diet changed. Again, every program is different, guys, so just take this with a grain of salt. This is just what I went through because you guys genuinely wanted to know. It's on the list, okay? So that's what I went through. So what I did was, and I don't recommend this unless you are fucking dedicated, okay? I didn't do any protein shakes. I told my surgeon I didn't do any protein shakes. I was waiting for him to beat me up. Yo, I'm not kidding. So what I did was lean proteins, sugar-free liquids all day, every day. So if you guys were following me on Snapchat or even on Instagram, I was posting that I was having shrimp, sauteed shrimp with no fat. I use a cooking spray. I was able to, I think I once or twice, I ate 2 cups of romaine lettuce, and I found a vinaigrette that was like 3 grams of carbs and like 3 grams of fat. So I was able to incorporate that into my diet. When I tell you, I was meticulous on the way I did this diet because I wanted to kick into ketosis. And the reason why they want you to kick into ketosis is when your ketones are up, you're burning fat from the liver. And when you do surgery, they fill you up with air. They want to move that liver easily. If it's full of fat because you haven't burned any fat, it's going to make it difficult and heavier for them to work around and do your surgery. So it's important that you actually follow your pre-op diet and you'll start losing weight. I lost a pound a day on that diet. Like, it was crazy. But I found, I mean, when I tell you, man, you know how you don't, who spends 45 minutes looking for a vinaigrette or some kind of dressing that has the lowest, I don't even know, child. I think I almost had a stroke, and I'm not even trying to be funny. But it's like, okay, well, I really want romaine, but this is going to cause an issue for me because I'm going to end up choking. I already have the sleeve, so I can't tolerate much anyway. And even so, with those portions that I did, I split them in half because I have the sleeve. So I was full. And then if I was hungry, then I would finish that serving size because it was already counted on my fitness pal. So I finished that serving. When I tell you, I was meticulous. I did lean meat, so I did tuna. I did rolled up turkey or ham, and I did 1 egg in the morning. So couldn't do anything with oils. So everything had to be like, you know how you find like vegan stuff where you can't, like, it doesn't have dairy or anything like that in it because they use some sort of like amazing tasting whatever sciencey stuff. I found like a vinaigrette that was like, I think I want to say it was like 3 grams of fats, and even then I didn't use a full serving. I just wet it enough so I didn't feel like I was dying. But you can't use any oils, nothing. All your fats have to be extremely low fat and extremely like low carb. And I actually was told that I could do 800 to 1,000 calories, which changed a little bit because I think I was always told it was like 800, no more than 800 calories. And I actually stayed under 700 calories every day. And that's with eating shrimp, tuna con cayenne pepper, and little garlic and all that. All that was counted, every little thing. If I put a tablespoon of granulated Parmesan in anything, which I didn't because that's fat, I would count it. If I put, what did I mean to say? Minced garlic, that's what I meant. I really want Parmesan, y'all can't tell. So I put minced garlic. I count that because vegetables have carbs, a natural carb, but I counted every fucking thing. Tuna in water. And of course, the garlic was not in oil, it was in water. So things I had to change was, and it's nothing out of the ordinary because I've already done this before, but to someone that's new, it's like every little thing you have to count: your fats, your carbs, and your protein, of course. And I, even looking back at the tracker, I'm like, well, damn, bitch, you can do this every day, because I enjoyed it. My pre-op diet I actually enjoyed. Now, the day before surgery, I could only have clear liquids. So what I did was I had 1 protein shake in the morning because I knew my surgery was going to be a little later in the morning, and then I just stuck to clears. I made homemade popsicles from my Crystal Light packets, shit like that. Steak clears, I was kind of nesting anyway. I packed my bag, I took my time, bothered some family, you know, my family in the house or whatever, stayed on Facebook with y'all, and Twitter and whatnot, and that's it. So the day before surgery, you're on clears, and the night before surgery, you're nothing by mouth. Every doctor's different, every center's different. So, wow, the diet process took a long fucking time to explain to you guys. So that was my diet process. Now, post-op, you're automatically on liquids, clears until you go home. So I stayed in the hospital for about 18 hours, 19 hours, and I was on clears. They served me dinner that night. They actually served me lunch because I was done by lunchtime. My surgery, I was supposed to be there for, was it 7? I was supposed to be there for 7. I think surgery was for 9:30, and I was supposedly out of surgery by like 11:30. So he actually didn't take long with me, which is great. And I'm not mad at it. soje. And then they served me lunch. And I was like, anesthesia fucked me up. I have a very high sensitivity with anesthesia. And I think I talked about it in my last video, so you guys can check that shorter video out. This one's long. So the diet is after surgery, you're on clears, what you can tolerate. I kept taking baby sips, totally different. Ooh, totally different. The way I swallowed, I knew right away I had way more restriction. I had no cravings, and instantly I had no reflux, which was the main reason why I was getting the revision. It was because I had severe reflux that kept developing worse over time, to the point that I couldn't hold down water even with medication. And I pretty much throw up 75% of my meals for the week. So let's say in a week's time, they're like, how many times did you vomit? I'd be like, to be nice, 75% of my meals. I threw up at least 2 to 3 times a day. Not a good feeling to have. I could still taste my food hours on end, and now I have no reflux. I can take a sip of something and like lean back and chill for like a little bit, not necessarily lay down, without feeling like it's gonna come right back up and it's just sitting there choking me out. So it's big fucking 180. I don't recommend one or the over the other, because I have friends and people that I know that are very successful with the sleeve, super successful with the lap band, immaculately successful with the bypass. So everyone's story is different, and it's up to you. It's really your decision on what it is that you want to do with whatever dietary needs you need, or even if you need surgery. Nowadays, a lot of weight loss programs work with the bariatric team in order for patients that don't want to have surgery. They'll put you on medications to help cravings and stuff like that. So it's really like pretty cool. Wait, how can I see? Oh, there we go. Gallstones. Gallstones suck ass. And you know what's funny? A lot of our patients, because I also work for the hospital I got my surgery done at, a lot of the patients I've seen have had gallbladder surgery or hernia repairs during the process of getting that surgery done, because those doctors specialize in everything. And that's why I said, do your research and thoroughly figure out how good your doctor is, how good your team is. You want people that want your success just as much as you do. And I love my surgeon. I've had the same surgeon for all 3 surgeries. He's kept it real with me. Not once has he talked to me about numbers. He don't give a fuck how much I weigh. Do y'all hear that? Because if you don't, great. Makes my like chest like palpitate. But anyway, all right. So the next question I got was, what do I think this time? What do you think this time will be different? The lifestyle and diet? Yes. My lifestyle hasn't changed much. I'm always weary and attentive of what I eat and put in my body. There comes times where I'm frustrated and I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna eat this cheesecake, and then I feel sick. So it's more like me angry at myself type of reaction, because I know better, and I know things in moderation are great for me, and I don't have any issues with that. But sometimes you're not thinking, and you're just like, whatever, fuck it in a bucket, and I'm just gonna eat this whole fucking piece of cheesecake. And it's like, no, bitch, you can't have that. Like, now I have taken, hey guys, now I barely eat 2 tablespoons of food, or not food, it's yogurt. We transitioned to yogurt and ricotta bakes. And I'm like, ooh, bitch. I even forget to drink. I forget to take my protein shake. I'm just like, oh, I'm not like mentally I'm thinking of food, because girl, I would love me a cheeseburger. But it's all mental. Like, of course, I would love to go hang out and have a cheeseburger. I'm sorry, the side of my nose is itching. It's peeling a little bit. Like, those are all mental and physical. I'm not going for it. I'm not jumping and like eating absurd amount of food. No, my body is telling me when to stop. And before with the sleeve, I was having issues with like these crazy cravings that I've never had before. It's like, oh, you need to eat this. Oh my God, you need to have that. Get it out of the way. And I could understand that, because I think as women, we kind of have our cravings the most. Especially during different stressors and stuff like that, or when we're around family, or when we need something to distract us. I think our bodies respond, in a way that just have water and air. Whew, don't mix. So, but those were things I never suffered from before, and it wasn't so like aggressive. Like, she's telling me, eat the fucking cheesecake. You know, like, if I go up there and whoop her ass, man, will I go to jail? Yeah, I'll go to jail. It's like, and it's not even the kid's ass I want to whoop. Anyway, they're not that easy to live with. My neighbors are incessantly fucking rude and loud for no reason. No reason at all. Anyway, it's just they're stomping. They're actually making my fan rattle, like, you know, the ceiling fan or whatever. So yeah, do I think it's different? Absolutely. My lifestyle isn't going to change much, except I'm going to be more mindful of my serving sizes, because now I know my stomach is not allowing anything past the restriction that I have. Before with the sleeve, for some reason, everything was just sliding through a little too easy and then staying stuck. And I wasn't feeling anything. My body wasn't sending any fucking signals to my brain at all. And those were concerns I had from the get, but I was made to believe that it's all in my fucking head. So I didn't ask for help because I was afraid, and that was foolish of me, because y'all know I'm loud. So those were conversations I had with my surgeon afterwards, and I apologize for not coming to them sooner. I just felt uncomfortable asking for help because I was always made to feel some type of way. But I was one bad seed. We fixed it. We fixed it, don't worry. But you know, after a while you just get busy and you forget, and then you're like, just putting it off until you're really sick and tired of being sick and tired. So all right, so do you have any uncontrollable gas is another question. I don't think so. I feel like if I was dumping, which we'll talk about, that was another question. I feel like when you eat something that's really carby or sugary, you're definitely going to start getting the bubble guts, and you're gonna feel some type of way. Am I even focused, guys? I don't even know. Ooh, child, these bags. Ooh, Botox. Anyway, so I don't think so. But again, I've not my first surgery, so if my body changed, I wouldn't remember. But I do know for a fact that if I was to eat something sugary or something more sweet or fatty, yes, my body's just gonna be like, hey, toot toot, bitch. Like, you know, it's gonna be a little gassy. Right now, my only thing is that I burp a lot, and that's, thank God, because I was having difficulty burping when I first had my sleeve, and then it was like I had to force myself to burp throughout this whole time. Now it just comes out burping. So I can hold it, but it hurts. So no. So I don't know if it's uncontrollable. Uncontrollable gas. I just picture someone walking and farting. So no, if that's the question. But if you were to eat something that was not sitting well with your body, yes, she will respond. Now, dumping and symptoms. So dumping syndrome is in the weight loss community known as something that happens to you when you eat something extremely sweet, extremely fatty, or carb filled, whether it be with grains or sugar. I don't understand why she's walking that way right now. Like, I don't even know if y'all hear this because I was answering my question. So anyway, so with the sleeve, I got dumping symptoms where if I ate, let's say, the piece of cheesecake that I was looking at, and I said, fuck it, let me eat more than I wanted, then I can. I start sweating, shortness of breath, feel like I'm giving birth. My stomach starts cramping. I can possibly lose my bowels. That's how I feel. Doesn't happen, but that's how I feel. Not once have I had like diarrhea or direct vomiting from eating something like that, sugary, from dumping. Actually, no, the vomiting, yes. But the vomiting was happening anyway, so I couldn't tell if it was dumping or if it was just my body that hates me. But I've never had like full-on dumping syndrome, like full on. So what happens is mostly with the gastric bypass, which I got to be very mindful of, is when you have too many fats, carbs, or sugars, your body will respond with instant diarrhea. You're just gonna just go. If you thought you may need to go, just go. If you have the gastric bypass or thinking of getting it, first of all, if you have the gastric bypass, and you probably already know, but the thing of it is, you don't know what things are going to affect you. Some people have effects like that with their protein shakes because maybe the sucralose or whatever sugar alternative they use just doesn't sit well with the body. So your body goes through all these changes because your digestive system has been kind of fucked and tweaked with and all that. So those dumping syndromes, those happen. The symptoms are mostly nausea, heat, uncontrollable sweating all of a sudden. You feel like you're gonna pass out. I get lightheaded and dizzy. I've had, again, the symptoms way more with the sleeve. I haven't had any issues. Actually, no, yesterday I overate some gravy because I took a sip of gravy, and then I took some yogurt because I was trying to see what 2 tablespoons of food felt like because I was finally able to transition. Child, I got so sweaty. I was like, ooh, we're gonna stop. I took a little baby sip of water because you're not supposed to drink afterwards, but I just did it to cleanse my palate. Fuck off. I deleted your message, Arby, because it's inappropriate. Learn. If not, you're gonna get blocked. Chubby cutie, fuck you. Anyway, I digress. So the symptoms are pretty much dizziness, lightheadedness. Okay, well, come to America and be inappropriate next to me and see if you'll still have your face. You're a fucking bum. I said what I said. Okay. Whatever. Fucking inappropriate belongs everywhere. But it'd be nice if people were respectful on this channel because I really just am not that bitch. So. Goodbye. I don't know. Hit them. Don't care. So anyways, those are the symptoms that you would get if you were to like eat those things. But anyway, fucking, you gotta be kidding me, child. Anyway, so those are mostly the questions that I got. I did ramble on long enough. The diet is really your whole life. So that's just gonna be what it is. Your whole life is going to be a diet. Never did I have to think of food as much as I did after surgery or like as the process went from start of the process to now, which is continuing the process. So you really have to change your life and you really have to focus on food if you weren't already. And you have to hone in on what it is that you're I'm gonna call the police or something. You gotta really hone in on what your triggers are and what affects you the most and what makes you go back to bad habits if you have any. But my big thing is documenting everything I eat. That's what keeps me accountable, whether I'm being good or bad. I can always look back and be like, well, you messed up these 3 days, so you're paying for it now, a week later, by adding 2 pounds or whatever. So those are things that I hold myself accountable for. That's something I figured out along the way, was that when I held myself accountable by documenting everything I ate, I was way more responsible and way more like my energy went somewhere else. Hey Duke. My energy went somewhere else and it was focused on making sure that I was doing this work in my head, right? So I'm making sure everything's documented, that I documented to a T, because it's not like I have a little bit of obsessive compulsiveness in my unfortunate life. That's just since I was a little girl, unfortunately. So and for those of you that actually have full-on OCD, I can't imagine, okay? So yeah, I always recommend talk to your doctor, talk to your team, reach out to a nutritionist, and also reach out to your primary care doctor if this is something you're looking into. Once you start this process, it's not like, oh, this is the end all be all. You don't just get surgery overnight and, you know, just, oh my God, that's it. Like, it's not how that happens. It's a process, and you may figure out that You lost weight on your own during this, well, not, you know, with your team before surgery without needing the extra tool, and you were able to maintain because you were holding yourself accountable, or you were going to meetings, or, you know, you're doing everything that they're telling you to do, and you're with your doctors all the time and seeing them and following up with your dietitian. You may not need the surgery. This just may be a jump start to how you can change your own life, you know, without that additional tool, because that's really what this is. I unfortunately can't go back to a regular stomach, and I don't want to. I am a little nervous because I don't know what to expect. I'm not expecting myself to get skinnier. I just wanted to heal from this excessive vomiting and the acid reflux. I just wanted some relief, and he gave me that. He promised me that, and he gave me that so far. So for today's plan, I'm going to make myself some ricotta bake. It's really just ricotta cheese with Parmesan mixed together, and you put a little bit of pasta sauce. My fucking God, was it hard as hell to find a low carb, low fat marinara sauce. Huh? Like, oh my God, with no added sugars. Like, it was crazy finding one. Of course, I did the low fat, no added fat or whatever, ricotta. Like, you know, those are things I'm mindful of. Like, if I do cream cheese, I like the low fat cream cheese or the 1/3 Philadelphia cream cheese. It's banging. It really is. You got to find the right brand though. So it's things that you have to find. Like, I've been using the Dannon Greek yogurts that are 80 calories. Those have the lowest amount of carbs. I think they're 8 grams of carbs. I'm actually only able to eat 2 tablespoons of that. So tonight I'm going to make myself a ricotta bake. And then I have these 4-ounce plastic things. I could get up and show it, but I don't want to get up. My fat ass don't want to get up. It's just these you know, like the dip containers that you get from like the pizza place or whatever with the lid. That's what I bought. I bought a packet of like 100 or 50 or something like that, and they're 4 ounces, so it gives me room to, like, if I heat it up, melt or whatever. So I figured I would put all my ricotta bakes on that, and then I will just store them in the fridge or freezer and then take them to work, because I start work back tomorrow. I had 3 weeks off from my night job, and I have 4 weeks off from my day job. I'm not mad at it because I've been super stressed out and they're not helping. But I love my jobs. I was grateful for the opportunity to be able to take the time off to kind of just recenter myself, focus on my health, get my flow of what I want to do. I've already planned my night out for tomorrow, like for tomorrow night, where I can make sure I get a full serving of protein for the day. And anything extra that I take in will be amazing, and good energy. Hi. Come here. Come here. Come here. Fucking cat. Asshole. Come here. Come. Come here. No one's seen you since you came into my life. Come here. Come here. Come here, you little jerk. Oh, come on. Why are cats like this? Why? Why? Come here, butt. Come here, butt. Come here. Why? Why? Come here. Get up my face. Anyway, that was like a whole minute of me just fighting my cat just now. It's just meowing. Just being loud. Anyway, do you guys have any other questions besides I'm a cute, chubby, whatever the fuck that dumb motherfucker said? Lord have mercy. Let's see here. Lisa, do you have the surgery? I just saw your message, sorry. Boop. Oh, I get to see messages, but it's weird. It's like it doesn't pop up right away. Excuse me. Thank you, Fortuna. That's very sweet. I honestly don't have any expectations. I'm not even kidding you guys, because it's like, all right, I didn't lose that much weight with my sleeve. Like, I maintained weight. I think I lost like an extra 30 pounds, and then I just gained that shit right back. And then I just maintained. Like, I've just been fluctuating between the same 20 pounds, and I wasn't expecting anything with the surgery. So for me to be down 10 pounds in 2 weeks, which is 5 pounds a week when you think about it, because I've just been kind of, you know, experimenting, and because I'm eating a little bit of carbs, because I like tasted gravy, or like I'm eating yogurt now and stuff like that. Those things aren't very helpful to my nutrition yet. So once I have... All right, Miss Lisa. Best of luck to you, dear. It's a journey, I'll tell you. My sleeve surgery sucked. Me and anesthesia were not friends. They were giving me narcotics that I didn't want through IV. Like, I was miserable. I'm trying to catch this cat. He's like right by my leg, y'all. Oh shit, it's not here. So yeah, my sleeve was like, and like it always felt like I was drinking when I drank water, because I love my water. But then when I would drink just plain old water, because water is dense. So when you add granules of anything to water, it makes it less dense. Look at me talking a little science without big words. So water to me was really important, because I don't like Crystal Light nonstop. Give me fucking water. Like, you know, that's just the kind of person I am. So water has always sat like a bag of rocks. And I brought that to their attention. I said I was having some insane... I was telling them I was having some insane ass cravings. Like, there should be no reason why I'm just having the sleeve surgery right now and I'm craving a cheeseburger with french fries. Like, there's no reason. I shouldn't want it. I don't care to have it. I was fine on my pre-op surgery, on my pre-op diet. Why am I all of a sudden having these insane, sickening cravings of things I shouldn't be eating? And I almost felt like I could have just gone out. I was willing to almost risk it. That was the problem. I never had such an urge, and I was pretty much made to feel not very well that day when I was asking for help, and I was worried. I was 2 weeks post-op, and come here, this little fucker. And it was continuous, and you know, I was able to hone in and be like, well, what the hell's going on? You know, try to retrain my brain, but it didn't happen. So but I fought through it, because otherwise I would have been right back to where I was. So you guys have seen me lose weight and then gain it and then lose it and gain it. Right now I have a little curvature to my face, little cheekbone-age going on, which I don't remember I had before. I look tired though, but I haven't worn makeup in a month. Okay, goodbye. Okay, I have not worn makeup in a month. So yeah, that's it. But best of luck to you, Lisa. I think you'll do great. You'll feel some relief. I'm assuming they're gonna do the hernia repair right when they do all that good stuff, but your reflux should go away the same day. You shouldn't even have the problem. The only thing is I have to still maintain and take my meds that I was taking for my reflux. They said I had to take it for up to 6 months. I'm gonna see how I feel after I'm done with my 3 months fill, because I'm stubborn and I'm my own doctor apparently. So we'll see. We'll see how I feel after the 3 months, and then I'll talk to them and be like, hey, do I really need to continue the pantoprazole? So, yes, Miss Lisa, get it. You got this. You got this. Listen, that finish line, it's not even a finish line, because it's just it's called a marker, and then you keep on going. But that is really the goal. It's unfortunate that some people just respond that way to the sleeve. That is a risk with the sleeve, that you get gastritis, reflux. So that's something you have to take into consideration. If you already have reflux issues, your doctor should never recommend the gastric bypass. I'm just saying. I mean, not the gastric. Your doctor should always recommend to you the gastric bypass. He shouldn't be recommending the sleeve. So if you have already I don't care if you just had heartburn one time 3 months ago, but you knew what it was because you've had it before, but that was like 6 months ago. You want to tell your doctors those are things that you have experienced, and you're curious if the sleeve is right for you or the gastric bypass is right for you. I wouldn't be too gun-ho when the doctor's like, oh yeah, no, we could do the sleeve because we could fix it. I would tread lightly, but I also understand that there's different techniques now from 5 years ago. So they might be able to do something to fix it, but my ass got the gastric bypass. I'm done. I'm fucking done. Anyway, guys, this is a 50-minute video. I don't know how you guys tolerate me this long. Of course, we had our stupid ass trolls here and there, but they're fun. not really. But I don't know how y'all tolerated me for 50 minutes, but I love you guys for it. If you guys see this afterwards, bless your hearts. Comment down below. If you have any other questions, I'll probably just answer them down below. It was really hard to like not try to answer them because I was seeing the messages and I saw a shit ton of messages on my Instagram. I don't respond to some of those messages because it's just there's a lot. I was not expecting that many, but I've acknowledged. I've seen your. If you messaged me on Instagram, you never got a response from me. I seen it, more likely, more likely. I see all the hearts and all that stuff, so I appreciate all the love and stuff like that. So, oh, thank you. Ooh. Thank you. I don't know what's going on with the comments. These comments are not nice. Not the comment section is not nice. This is what I mean. The playing of it. Thank you so much, Fortuna. That's sweet. I'm like trying to read it, and you know, YouTube is like, you know, I don't need to read that. But later. Thank you guys so much that joined me today on this live. I hope I was informative enough. Yeah, I'm sorry if I was cussing. My voice is going in and out because I'm not used to talking this much lately. I'm sure some people in my house are happy with that. You see that? I sound like a 12-year-old boy. This is my first bottle for today. Oh, these are my favorite bottles. This is the Summit bottles. I get asked about this one a lot. This is one of their Disney special edition ones. And I have like 5 of these. I kid you not. There's one in my car for my night shift that has stars. It's black and it's black matte, and then it has silver stars and moons, because somebody got me addicted to them. I'm not gonna say her name, but Jordan, thank you for that. She doesn't watch my videos. And then I found this one's bigger. This is 32 ounces, so 2 of these a day is what I need, plus whatever other, if I drink broth and whatever. I don't drink coffee or tea, so I'm almost done with it. So then I get to drink my second one for today. It's only half days already done, which isn't bad for me because normally I would still be working on this. I'm almost actually done with it, so we're good. Oh, and I also picked up a cooler with Jack from The Nightmare Before Christmas, and I thought that having a cooler would keep me a lot more accountable with me eating what I brought to work. So it's mostly gonna be for my like 24-hour shifts and my day shift, so that I can keep myself more accountable. So I'm gonna put my yogurt in there for the day because I'll probably split the yogurt in half, count that as of course the full serving, but just eat it in the morning, and then have 1 protein shake in there at least for 1 shift, and then whatever else I can have, if it's a ricotta bake or if it's like a serving of those little 4-ounce things. So I wanted to bring that to work. I think it's so freaking cute. It was like $40 though, but that's how it is because that's name brand stuff. So I got a little Jack one and it's so cute. It's like a 7 can hold or 7 whatever the hell, I don't know. Anyway, I think we should end the live now. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for sticking around with me for this long. I didn't even get to show you the cat because the mama just keeps walking away. Duke is sleeping in his crate because he puts himself there. I don't know why. It's wide open, but he could sleep anywhere in his house, but he goes in his crate, whatever. I think he just wants to be in the room with me, which is very sweet. So I'm going to go snuggle him for a little bit. And Freddie is in his room because he doesn't, he's old. He's senile. He has no idea where he's going. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for your time. I hope I answered your questions to the best of my abilities. And I will always refer you to your doctor. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Bye.